What's up my stylish people, this is Seshank, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about the ultimate shopping guide for boots. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the overall quality of the boots and how the boots should fit you, and then the price point of the boots, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna quickly cover the types of boots you should target for this coming winter season. This video mainly covers the ankle boots, which ideally you should be going for, and the height of the shaft of the boots determines whether it's a mid ankle or a high ankle boots. Ideally, if you are 5 foot 8 inches and above, you should be going for high ankle boots and it will look good on you. And if you are 5 foot 8 inches or lower, make sure that you go for the mid ankle. But however, according to your preferences, you can use both of them. Why I have mentioned that if you are 5 foot 8 inches and more, you should go for high ankle boots, because when you go for the high ankle boots, it will shorten your legs and overall you will look short. But the advantages with the boots comes with the heel portion. Most of the boots, they come with at least 2 to 3 centimeters of the heel, so it gives you added height. Coming to the first and foremost aspect while shopping the boots should be the quality of the boots. In order to determine the quality, there are few factors you have to consider. The number one, let's start with the upper. So the upper is made of different materials, and the materials generally you can come in terms with is going to be full grain leather, and the second polyurethane leather. Third, genuine leather, or you may see just leather, which is most of the times the composite leather. And third, suede leather. These are the suede options. The leather number two, the polyurethane leather, is also called as synthetic leather in most of the cases. Please do consider that even for suede as well, there is a synthetic suede option which feels like suede, but in reality it is not. Let's discuss about the full grain leather. It is just one leather. There is no composition of different leathers to it, and most of the cases it's going to be super pricey, but the advantages with it, it is going to last forever, guys. That is the advantage when it comes to the full grain leather. But as they are super expensive, that may not cater to each and everyone. That's why we have the second option, which is the polyurethane leather. The polyurethane leather is basically the synthetic leather. It's always shiny when compared to the other leather, and coming to the maintenance as well, it is very easy to maintain when compared to the full grain leather. Full grain leather, you have to take care of them properly in order to last super long. You should be still taking care of the polyurethane leather, but however, there is no need to baby them, and often these are the affordable options you can get it, because most of the fast fashion brands and the other brands, they mass produce it, rather than the full grain leather, they come in a limited quantity. Going with the next option, which is the genuine leather. If you see from any of the brands, if it is marked just genuine leather or just leather, you have to understand that it's not a full grain or a pure leather, rather it is a composite leather. It is taken from a bunch of different leathers and crafted into a shoe, that you have to consider. But however, it is of good quality when compared to the polyurethane leather. I feel that this is the ideal one you should target for. And the second option would be PU leather, but not the full grain leather, at least when it comes to pricing. One of my favorite, it would be the suede leather. The suede leather altogether gives a different vibe to the boots. But in suede leather also, there are the synthetic suede as well as the genuine suede. So my preference most of the times would be going for genuine suede. But however, when it comes to the Chelsea boots, often they tend to be super pricey, and I got recently from H&M synthetic suede. Synthetic suede is very easy to clean. Genuine suede leather is one of the toughest shoes to maintain, guys. You should literally baby them. In case if someone stepped on your shoes, and in case if they become wet, almost it becomes useless. And if you invest almost 7,000 or 8,000 into those boots, you have to really take care of them. Coming to the second factor which determines the quality of the boots, that's the sole of the boots. Sole, it can be made of different materials. Either it could be a leather sole. The leather sole is going to be super expensive. And the second one would be the synthetic sole. Ideally, fast fashion brands and most of the boot brands go for the synthetic soles, which is super affordable and also easy to maintain. And the third factor that determines the quality of the boots is going to be the attachment of the sole with the upper part of the boots. Till now we have discussed about the sole and the upper part of the boots. How they can be merged as a shoe determines the quality. One, they can be stitched. often the stitched shoes comes with a cost, guys. Often it is easily replaceable. Those are going to be the higher superior brands which last forever, and the upper is of full grain leather. And the second option is gluing. This is the option which most of the brands go for. This is the option that can be mass produced, because unlike the stitching which can be made even handcrafted as well, if it is a hand stitched, it's going to be super expensive, and here the sole will be directly glued to the upper portion of the boots, and often these are going to be inexpensive. If you see any of the boots at an affordable price points, always make sure that the sole is glued to the upper portion of the boots, not necessarily it is stitched. Few brands, they give that stitches in order to make you think that those are stitched, but often that's not the case. As we are done with the first category, which is the quality of the boots, let's get into the fit of the boots. Often the fit of the boots is really important, guys. Even though I like the boot, if the fit and comfort is not good, I'm not going to use it much. That's often a big no-no for me. So in order for that, while shopping the boots, there are few important factors you have to consider in terms of how it fits. The first and foremost tip you have to consider would be when it comes to Chelsea boots or a high ankle lace-up boots, where the shaft ends, make sure that there is at least 1 inch gap, not more, not less. Don't go with a perception that if you're going for a genuine leather or if you are going for a full grain leather, they are going to break in and often it gets adjusted too. Even if it is a high quality leather, it's not going to expand more than 1 inch. Make sure that your index finger can go easily when placed inside the boots. Often this is the misconception when it comes to the boots. The shaft portion need not be hugging to you. That's how the boots are not designed to be. There is at least 1 inch gap at the shaft portion so that your feet can go easily inside as well as come inside out, and you do not have any hassle of pushing your boots too hard, and also there are multiple chances that you can spoil the overall structure of the shoes. And second, while buying the boots, there is always a best time to try it, because most of the times you would be wearing the boots full day, and by end of the day generally your feet get swollen. That's where they become really uncomfortable, rather than they should be comfortable at the end of the day, because you must be already tired. So when you're going for shopping, make sure that you go at the end of the day so that your feet are as wide as possible and you will select the best fitting one. The third point you have to consider, if you want to feel comfortable in your boots, you have to make sure the widest part of your foot coincides with the widest part of the boots. Whenever you raise them or whenever you bend your feet, if the widest part coincides, it just moves along with it. You don't feel like you're bending the footwear, rather it feels so natural and it goes well with the movement of your feet. Coming to the third category, which is the price point. In terms of alignment with the quality and fit of the shoes, they both are going to determine the price point as well. But when it comes to the price point or in terms of affordability, there are few important factors you have to consider. First thing, how often you use the boots and where do you live in. In case the region where you are living in demands the boot to be of higher quality and you are going to use again and again, then invest in a good quality options and preferably genuine leather, because if you are living in a region where the temperatures are cold, they are going to give you the warmth as well and they are going to be super durable. However, if you are living in a region just like I'm living in Hyderabad, where the temperatures even during winters are not going to be super cold, you would be better off buying polyurethane leather if you want to stay in budget, because those are often found below 4,000 rupees, because you're going to wear them hardly for 2 or 3 months throughout the year. And the third factor here you have to consider when it comes to this is the cost per wear. In alignment with where you live in and how much use you can get out of them determines the cost per wear. For example, if you are getting a shoes worth of 4,000 rupees, if you use them only 10 times and the shoe gets spoiled, your cost per wear is more. However, if you go for a 10,000 rupees full grain leather and on a long term basis, if you are using them for maybe 5 to 6 years, obviously the cost per wear is less, and on top of that you are using an expensive product, so you always look expensive rather than trying to look expensive. That is an important factor, but it all boils down to how much money you have in terms of spending on the boots and how many footwear you already have as well. That also plays an important factor when it comes to the boots. Coming to the type of the boots. There are so many types when it comes to the boots. I'm not going to discuss each and every type of the boots because few boots such as ice boots or rain boots, those are not applicable for each and everyone you out there. Let's start with the high ankle lace-up boots. These are the first boots you should be owning, guys, because these are going to be the super versatile, and always go for the black color or a brown color to start with. If you ask me, generally I would be going for the black color option first. The second option you should be going for would be the Chelsea boots. If you're not aware by this time, the Chelsea boots on both sides, they do come with the elastic bands and a pull tab to it so that you can wear them very easily. Even the Chelsea boots comes with the full grain leather as well as the PU leather, but I would recommend you guys to go for the suede options in this and go with the leather options in the lace-up boots. The third option is one of the trending options right now, which are the chunky boots. Often these are mid ankle to low ankle, but it comes with a chunky sole. It adds to your height while still keeping you on trend. However, you have to go to the black color option to get most value out of it, because generally those are not super versatile to begin with. The fourth option, and one of my recent favorite, I'm not a big fan of them previously, but these days I'm inclining towards them. Those are the sock boots. Yes, the upper material, it comes generally with a knitted or a sock kind of a material, which are super comfortable. And coming to the heel portion of these shoes, they come with a sneaker kind of a heel. The sole of the shoes would be a sneaker kind of a sole or a trainer kind of a sole, and altogether this gives a different vibe. The fifth option would be the desert boots. If you are not aware by this time, the desert boots often comes with a mid ankle to low ankle and a brand named Clarks. Those are one of the famous desert boots you can own for. Personally, if you ask me, those are not my favorite. It doesn't suit my style, and that's why I do not have even one of them. If you don't like high ankle boots and if you want any mid to low ankle boots, this should be the best option to go for if you want to pair up with the jeans and partly with the chinos. The sixth option would be the hiking boots. Often these are associated with the ruggedness. They come with the practical utility purpose, and also it provides you the ruggedness when it is paired properly. The next two are the dressy options. One is the Capto boots and other is the Brogue boots, which comes in suede leather as well as the normal leather. And the next option in the boots would be the workwear boots, and these are not my personal favorite. These shoes also, much like the hiking boots, comes with the practical utility purpose. The last two options and the least likely options most of the people go for are the Jodhpur ankle boots as well as the cowboy boots. The cowboy boots, oftentimes in Indian climates, I don't see anyone wearing them. And Jodhpur ankle boots, as I mentioned with the cap toe as well as the Brogue boots, these are much more inclined to other dressier options, and I will make a separate video on the boot collection I have and the boot collection you should go for in specific. If you like this video, why can't you click the like button for me and subscribe to this channel and turn on the post notification bell not to miss out on any content like this in the future. That's it for me. See you guys next time.